storytelling in Africa should be emphasized because we have been the cradle of civilization from day one. You know.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're here for the first time, hi, I am Tina Sparks, your favorite African without borders, and today we have the one and only Vusa Blaqs. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you for having me. Your channel is growing.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's so amazing. Guys, you need to subscribe.
Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So in today's video, you guys, we're going to be talking about the importance of storytelling in Africa. And as you guys already know, I'm on a mission to change the negative African narrative by the Western media that Africa is not a good place, Africans are not civilized, Africans are poor. But then there's so many good things that happen in Africa that are never said by the media. And that's why people like I are here to change that narrative through YouTube videos. Blaqs, take it away.
One of the most important things in the growth of a society is in keeping records of what we have done, what we've achieved, what our challenges were, what the odds were against us, and what we've managed to create today. That's one of the most important things. Do you know, some people call it generational wealth.
It is generational wealth.
Yes.
That information, it is generational wealth.
I believe, but this is my personal belief. You don't have to believe me. But this is my personal belief is that the most accurate definition of generational wealth is the passing down of information about a certain group of people. Information. I could give you $1 million today, right? But you could wake up 3 months down the line with a $0, right? But if I give you knowledge on how to get $1 million, you could get $1 million maybe in 3 months and you fail, right? And use it all and come back again, and because you now have the regenerative,
information
formula to create wealth. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like storytelling in Africa should be emphasized because we have been the cradle of civilization from day one. You know, other races and other people have been jealous of how we've been doing our things.
Yeah, because I was looking at the Great Zimbabwe. The Great Zimbabwe was built in 1100 AD, you guys. That was civilization when westernization was not even in the picture. What do you think about those stone walls and how they actually created into a conical tower so that they don't fall?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. People call it the Great Zimbabwe ruins. I don't call it that.
You call them?
I call it the ancient city.
The ancient city,
because that's the first city ever created in Southern Africa. And you'll find that, the architecture, there's so much technology that went into it. How do you create a whole 11-foot wall with no mortar, with stone?
Just stone.
And it's still standing. How many hundreds of years after?
Yeah.
So, that shows that as Africans, we had architectural knowledge from day one. We had engineering knowledge from day one. We even had artistic knowledge because it looks beautiful.
It is.
And imagine mining those stones, putting them together, transporting them. How much of an ecosystem was there for the Great Zimbabwe to be constructed? For me, that makes me proud to be an African, and it makes me proud to be a Zimbabwean. And I want to tell that story because we're talking about storytelling, right?
Yeah.
Because that's going to inspire young people out there to say, no,
we are totally capable.
We are totally capable of creating a trend for the next 500 years.
Exactly.
Which is what makes me so excited about the trends happening in the music industry right now. You've got boys from Nigeria taking over the world.
Yes. Ooh. I like that. Ooh. I really appreciate that.
It's beautiful. Burna Boy, Wizkid, you've got Maporesa, you've got Diamond Platnumz, you've got Ale Kiba, you've got Sauti Soul.
I love Sauti Soul.
Omalay, you've got what's this Joe Boy taking music to the world, and that shows how gifted Africa is. And I feel like when we talk about storytelling in Africa, we should document those things.
Exactly.
For our future generations to look back and say, oh, our ancestors were actually onto something. And that's how we grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is pretty much interesting for me as an African who's just started to travel. I'm more interested to go to Ghana. I'm more interested to go, to
And
the
the
east.
food.
It's also because somebody has documented that thing on YouTube and I've watched it and I've gone to appreciate it.
Okay, let's play a game. Do me your best Nigerian accent. Come on, just one line.
What did they happen?
Have you been to Nigeria?
I've never been to Nigeria.
You see now?
Yeah.
That's the importance of storytelling.
Yeah, that's quite unique because we learn from that.
We learn from everything. So I feel like every African out there, whether in Malawi, Djibouti, Liberia, Congo, Ethiopia, Egypt, let's make a habit of telling our own stories based on our own folklore, our own songs from way back, the food that we eat, everything. And I promise you that within a few generations we will be at the top of the food chain again like we were before.
Yeah.
Storytelling in Africa is the key for us to reclaiming our position as the cradle of civilization. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, telling the African narrative is not only about sharing these YouTube videos. For me, it goes as far as supporting local businesses. I travel a lot, and I always make sure that everywhere I go, I support someone who's selling something by the corner because that's what unity or Africanism is all about. What's your comment on that?
There's so many very talented entrepreneurs and artists and businessmen in Africa that are creating extremely unique African products, content and services and all that. So I feel like as Africans we need to support them wherever country that they are. Now we've got the internet, right? If you are creating something unique wherever you are, as an artist or as an entrepreneur, or as a business person, please make sure that you put it online, because now we can purchase from wherever we are and get it delivered. Let's get an economic system happening behind us, and once we are strong economically, once we have our own trade area zone, that we don't need to, I mean, who needs to go to a place where you can get like a shirt like this for 20,000
when you can get it
in Africa for and it actually is the same quality.
It's the same quality, Yeah.
So let's probably I would, for those that would listen to me, I would say, can we stop investing in all these big brands that bring nothing back to our motherland,
community? Yes.
And work maybe towards creating an ecosystem, an economical ecosystem around your neighbor, your neighbor next door or your neighbor in the next town who's creating, amazing shoes, or someone who's creating mgoti, what do you call this, the cooking stick. Let's put money into that, and the more we invest in our own community, just like the Jewish people do, just like the white people do, just like every other race does, we can also create a powerhouse within Africa that has to be, that the world can contend with.
Yeah, for me, I feel like that's a good idea, because let's just patronize our local businesses, ladies and gentlemen. Why would you buy a sneaker that is from another part of the world when you have African brands creating sneakers? There's a lady in Kenya creating sneakers, guys in South Africa creating sneakers.
There's a guy in Bulawayo creating amazing shoes.
You see,
handcrafted
shoes, handbags. You want a jacket, why are you importing it when you can have it from Africa? That is the point. We need to promote one another. That's how we grow, and that's actually showing love to one another as Africans.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much for being on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. You shared quite a number of gems, and I don't take it for granted. Spending so much of your time. If you guys don't know, this guy is an expensive man. I don't take it for granted that he is on my channel. He is booked across Africa and even across the world. This guy, so I really appreciate it. And so
I appreciate you. I like your channel.
Thank you so much. So keep doing what you do, raising the Zimbabwean flag high. You really make me proud to be Zimbabwean. And when I sit next to you, I'm really motivated to do better in my career, to share the African narrative better.
High five.
So ladies and gentlemen, from Tino Sparks and Vusa Blaqs, we are signing out.